You know, Remedy Entertainment always has a way of surprising us, and when they announced their next game, FBC Firebreak, it wasn't something I was expecting. This was totally left field. FBC Firebreak would be Remedy's first multiplayer focused game, and it's set within this Remedy connected universe that's closely connected to Control. I had a feeling that the lads over at Remedy must have seen what Crytek was doing with Hunt Showdown and thought that's pretty cool and we can do something interesting like that. And well, interesting is one way to put it. This is one kooky 3-player co-op shooter that doesn't take itself too seriously. There's a surprising amount of humor in it based on the recently released gameplay trailer, but if you're a Remedy fan, that wouldn't really surprise you. You know, there's always been a little bit of humor in their games, even in their darker games, let's say even Alan Wake, there's always some funny beats, some funny characters, because Remedy are master entertainers. Their games are not really one-note games, and FBC Firebreak really does revel in the humor. And whose idea was it to use sticky notes as an evil entity in a game? That was sheer comedic genius. Sticky Ricky? I'm sure this is some commentary about corporate work or something, you know? So the gameplay in the trailer focuses on just a single sector, the executive sector in the oldest house, which is the headquarters of the Federal Bureau of Control, and the job is to clear the level from sticky notes. And these jobs, which are basically your objectives, will vary from sector to sector. So FBC Firebreak will perhaps have some weird jobs that will require some creative thinking that also leads to desperate attempts to solve them. I've read about people using water to destroy the sticky notes or just blasting them to smithereen. Also in one of the developer videos, they mentioned something about placing mannequins on ski lifts to appease it, which I guess will stop the hiss from spawning, which is the supernatural enemies in Control, which could be another type of job. These objects of power, which Remedy is very much inspired by SCP Foundation internet creepypasta, has many interesting ways to push very unique gameplay elements. Knowing what Remedy has done in Control, I'm sure there'll be lots of surprising things in FBC Firebreak. There's a lot of experimentation and emphasis on discovery while playing the missions, so you might not know the solution outright, so I guess just F around and find out. This is not your typical co-op shooter, and that's what I'd expect from Remedy. But more interestingly, I'm sorry, I guess I've used up my quota for the word interesting in this video. A lot of the discussion has been around whether FBC Firebreak is Remedy's attempt to enter the live service bullshit space. Something that even Remedy has stated they don't quite know what live service even means these days. Sure, you could say all games are a live service, right? Patching and updating them is a service that goes on beyond release, but obviously that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about the likes of the disasters such as Suicide Squad, Concord, or even Overwatch 2. It is the idea of releasing a game, often for free, and nickel and diming players for content for years on end. Now that's something Remedy were quick to calm our fears. Remedy community manager Julius Fondam says that all post-launch content will be free for all players. They rather not split players apart with content. So FBC Firebreak will be a regular pay to own and play sort of game. How very old school for a multiplayer focused game these days, I suppose. I'm very surprised they backed away from paid DLCs. I mean, they did not specifically say this, so maybe cosmetics as paid DLCs could still be a thing. Remedy is no stranger to paid DLCs, of course. All their games after Max Payne 2 have had DLCs, except for Quantum Break. I'm not sure why that game didn't get the extra love though. Probably had to do with the fact that it's Xbox Microsoft published game. Either way, I'm looking forward to this game as a huge fan of Control and the weird interdimensional lore of the game. I can't wait to find those Easter eggs, which are surely to exist in this game. You know this is Remedy, right? Maybe there might even be a cameo appearance of Jesse Faden. I hope so. And come on guys, you've got to bring back Professor Darling. To link with what's to come with Control 2, they definitely have to have some of these characters in this game. I hope so, in some way or form. Anyway, FBC Firebreak is heading to consoles and PC on Epic Games as well as Steam this summer 2025. And it will also be a Game Pass game. So yes, if you're subscribed to that, you can access it day one. Tell me in the comments, are you looking forward to FBC Firebreak? What's your favorite Remedy game? Are you an Alan Wake fan, Control, or maybe old school Max Payne? Now just a quick announcement, I am now covering some non-strategy game news, starting with this one of course, because I love Remedy's games. So to my subscribers, don't worry, I'll still focus on my core strategy games, but we'll do more videos on a wider range of games and industry news. So if you, dear viewer, haven't checked out this video here about Command & Conquer going open source, do give it a view. Thanks for watching and subscribing and supporting this channel, you lovely people. Farewell, noble friends.